and a visual artist living in Florence, Alabama. And recently, I have felt compelled to take my whimsical chair paintings to a new level. Inspired by Louise Fletcher, a British artist, she has encouraged her students to paint with emotion, and I found this exercise to be particularly difficult. So what I decided to do was to take my whimsical chairs and envision conversations that might be had while seated in a chair, and express that emotion through color, through marks, things like that, to try to get a little bit more expressive with these paintings. She gave us a written journal prompt and asked what might be challenging for us in doing this. And for me, in thinking about it, it's the idea of sitting with my feelings long enough to paint them. I tend to be happy-go-lucky, pretty even-keeled, and from time to time, I know that I can suppress my emotions either by eating, drinking wine. And so in the recent news and how our administration has been handling the death of Renee Good in Minneapolis, I found myself enjoying pizza and wine. And so as I thought about my journal prompt, I said, I think it's going to be hard for me maybe to sit with emotions sometimes long enough to paint them. Well, the next exercise, a visual exercise that Louise asked us to do, was to take our subject matter and just do a quick 5-minute sketch. And so for me, I typically approach the chair from the front view. It's in my living room. I sit across on the sofa and then sketch the chair. Well, then we were asked to move to a different perspective and sketch our subject matter from a different angle. So I moved around to the side of the chair and started drawing it from a different angle. And then we were asked to move yet again. And as I moved around the chair, I guess I was still in the back of my mind thinking about my journal prompt and my difficulty sitting with emotion. And I just remembered the photo of Renee Good that was taken by the person who killed her moments later, and the video that circled her car. And so with that, the next exercise, we had several other exercises with our subject matter, drawing it with our non-dominant hand, using different materials. But one of the exercises was to do a collaged background and then to draw or paint our subject matter in front of that. And so what you see here is what I felt compelled to create based on this journal prompt and the visual exercise that my instructor gave me this week. And so I don't know what will come next. This took me completely by surprise, but I hope it speaks to you. And so this is the beginning of my exploration of expressing emotions with conversations while seated in these chairs. I firmly believe that as we have face-to-face conversations and get to know each other as human beings, as we see each other 360 degrees, that we will have more compassion with one another and hopefully make this world a much better place. Thanks for watching.